How credit scores really work decides how expensive your life becomes, from rent and cars to emergency borrowing costs. Here, you will learn how 3 quiet patterns around borrowing shape your score and how small shifts can unlock better options. The money judge you never meet that still decides your life costs. Your credit score is like a secret school grade for how you handle borrowed money, and it is marked even when you forget it exists. You do not see it on a wall. No one sends you a shiny certificate, so your brain files it under not urgent. But behind the scenes, that score can decide if you get approved for a flat, how much interest you pay on a car or card, and sometimes even if a landlord trusts you. Think of it like a trust meter from 0 to 100. When you pay on time and keep your promises, the meter climbs. When payments are late or missed, it drops. Many people ignore this because nothing explodes right away. The real cost shows up slowly in higher interest and extra fees. 3 simple moves help. First, find out your current score and the range it sits in, even if that feels scary. Second, set one tiny goal, like moving it up by 10 points in the next few months. Third, mark one day each month to check it again, the same way you might check your weight or steps. If you start treating your credit score like a simple progress bar instead of a mystery, you will feel calmer and more in control every time you need to borrow or apply for something. The 30% rule that quietly makes or breaks your score. One of the biggest credit score traps is using too much of your card limit, even if you always pay at least the minimum. Your brain sees the limit and thinks that is safe space to use. If the bank says you can spend $3,000, then using $2,000 feels fine. But to the credit score system, that looks like you are leaning very hard on borrowed money. Imagine your credit limit like a backpack. If it is stuffed to the top all the time, you look overloaded and risky. If it is only 1/3 full, you look steady and in control. This is why people talk about the 30% rule. Try to keep your balance under about 1/3 of your total limit on each card and in total. Easy tips help here. First, check your balance once a week, not just when the bill arrives. Second, if you can, make a small extra payment in the middle of the month so the balance the bank reports is lower. Third, if one card is often near the top, spread your spending or reduce it so no single card is packed full. If you get into the habit of keeping your card balances comfortably below the limit, you will see your score grow more steadily and pay less in interest over time. The set and forget habit that freezes your score in place. A final habit that keeps many people stuck is treating credit as something you either avoid completely or never look at once accounts are open. You might think if you ignore it, nothing bad happens, or you may feel scared to even check in case the news is bad. But credit scores like long, calm patterns, not silence and surprises. The system loves to see the same simple story over and over. Bills paid on time. No sudden new loans. Old accounts kept open and healthy. When you forget about your accounts, it is easier to miss a payment, pay late, or open new credit just because an offer looks shiny in the moment. Your score then keeps dipping and never has time to rebuild a strong history. You can break this pattern with a few small rules. First, switch as many bills as possible to automatic payment for at least the minimum amount. This protects you from forgetting. Second, pick one low-stress card and use it for 1 or 2 regular things, like your phone bill or streaming, then pay it off each month. Third, avoid opening new cards just for points or gifts unless you truly need them. If you move from ignoring your credit to running a simple, calm routine, you will build a long, steady history that lifts your score almost on autopilot. For more simple lessons on how money works, watch more of our videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.